In the latest versions of Photoshop, a number of AI features are available, and one of them is the generative fill. The generative fill will generate images. It will also alter the images, and also it will perform a number of different tasks with prompts. So here we will use this rectangular marquee tool and just draw a selection from the left corner of the document to the right corner of the document, and then we will simply right click inside this selection, and here is the generative fill, and it will open a generative fill dialog, and inside this dialog we can see a prompt. Let us type orange sky and click on generate. We need to wait for some time, and Photoshop will create an orange sky inside this selection. So here is the orange sky, and we also have some extra images. If we are not satisfied with the first image, we have different samples of the sky, and we need to check these sample images inside this properties panel. And also, if we want more images, we have to just select any one of these images, and to the top right corner of this image we have three dots. If we click on these three dots, here a small panel appears, and we can just click on this generate similar. If we click on this generate similar, similar images are generated. So here we can see we can generate any number of images or similar type of images here. Again, we can click on this generate similar. Some more similar images are going to be generated, and let's generate some more images. So now let's draw a selection here, and again right click inside the selection, open the generative fill, and this time we'll be creating a pond. Let's say blue pond. Just click on generate. So here we can see a blue pond, and also along with the blue pond we can also see some grassland and mountains also. We can create some more images. Let's create some more images here. This time I will just draw a selection again, and then we'll right click inside the selection, just open the generative fill, and this time we will create a skyline or some buildings. We'll just click on generate. So we can see here, and let's try to create a boat inside this pond. We can again draw a selection, and then we can right click and open the generative fill, and this time we will give the prompt a boat, and we'll click on generate. And here we also have different samples of boats. We can select any one of them. Right, let's try to use generative fill on this image. First, what we'll be doing is we will create a nice necklace for this lady. We will just use the marquee tool, and we will draw a selection over her neck, and then we will simply right click inside the selection, open the generative fill, and we will type necklace, and we will click on generate. So we can pick any one of these necklaces, and if we are not satisfied with the samples, we can generate some more samples. Let's click on these three dots, and here we have this generate similar. We'll get some more samples of necklaces. Now let's draw a selection on her wrist, and let's generate a watch. We can just type watch inside this prompt. So here is the watch, but this looks better. And we can generate similar watches. So here we have some more images of watches. Then we can also do some more things like let's try to change the dress color. We can just draw a selection over the dress, and let's select the generative fill and just type red dress. Let's see what happens. So we have a different dress, and here we have a different color for the dress. So we can do one thing, we can draw a selection till the end here. So we will just draw the selection one more time, and then again we'll type, let's say, green dress. So here the AI is able to change her dress, and there is one more thing we can observe here. So we can see her pose has changed. Her pose doesn't look like what it was in the beginning. So we also lost the watch. So this is one thing we should observe here. AI will generate different images, and it will also alter the original image. So this is one thing we need to remember. So we can see we have completely changed her. The necklace is changed, and we are also not able to see the watch here. These are certain things we need to keep in mind. And we can also go back if we don't like the changes. We can just use Ctrl Z in PC or Command Z in Mac, and just go back to the original position, and we can start from here again if we don't like the changes. Here we have a landscape image. We want to extend the image to the right side. So what I mean to say is, let's say if we want to just extend the canvas here, first we will activate the crop tool, and here if we drag the crop tool, here we have some empty space. We need to fill this empty space. So if we want to fill the gap, the empty gap here, so we can do one thing. We can just activate the marquee tool and draw a selection, and we need to ensure that the selection covers some portion of the image here. So we cannot put like this. So we need to just draw a selection so that the selection covers some part of the image. If we right click inside the selection, and then if we just open the generative fill, and instead of typing anything, if we just put a dot and then click on generate, the generative fill will analyze the image. It will check all the elements in the image and then extend the image till the edge of the canvas. We can also extend on the left side. Let's activate the crop tool, and then let's drag the crop tool a little bit to the left, and we will just hit enter to deactivate the crop tool, and then again we will just activate the marquee tool, and we need to ensure that the marquee tool covers some part of the image, and then we will again right click inside the selection, open the generative fill, and all we have to do is just put a dot or a period and click on generate. So we can see the AI has done an excellent job, and we can also extend the image vertically if we wish. So let's just drag the crop tool upwards, and we need to just extend the image vertically just we need to draw a selection with the marquee tool, and then we will activate the generative fill, and just like before we just have to hit a period. That's it, and click on generate. And the last thing we'll be doing is we will also extend the image downwards. So we will activate the crop tool. Let's extend the canvas here, and then we will activate the rectangular marquee tool. Right click inside the selection, open the generative fill dialog, and then just hit period or dot. Alright, so at the bottom it may not look nice, but here we can find options, extra samples here. If you are not satisfied with the first image, we have some additional samples, so this looks fine. This will speed up our work, so we don't have to just stretch the image by using the transform tool. Instead, we can extend the image using the generative fill AI. Stay tuned.